Hi, this is Maury Moreland Morrison, here to tell you Geico has more than just great savings. Much more. Geico's been around for more than 75 years, back when they were using Morse code. Sorry, that's just my sense of humor. What's more, with Geico you get 24/7 access to licensed agents on the app, online, or over the phone, so you can talk to them at night or in the morning. So forevermore, just know that no other auto insurer has more than Geico. More power to you. Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.
Blog Talk Radio.
Well, good evening. This is Robert A. Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom Radio and Cowboy Wisdom. Tonight, my guest is Alyssa Thorne. And Carly is a speaker, author, business consultant, producer, and director. Carly is all about link, locally, connect, globally, conscious business collaboration, social media, and we leadership. Born in 1964, Carly has spent the last 25 years mapping out a detailed blueprint from years of sculpting, integrating, refining, continually educating herself in and working in the areas of multi-sensory psychology, theology, philosophy, communication, business, multimedia, and the entertainment industry. Carly immersed herself in self-improvement seminars, home study courses, then applying them first on herself, then with clients, based on some of the teachings she learned from people she considers mentors, such as T. Harv Eker, Mark Victor Hansen, Bob Berg, Chris Howard, Stephen Thayer, Dr. Sue Morter, Dr. Ted Morter Jr., Dr. Ted Morter Sr., Doreen Virtue, Carolyn Miss, Greg Braden, and then also interviewing many brilliant minds. Carly has also interviewed speakers and authors and businesses of all levels: Bob Berg, Brian Tracy, Dondi Shumacy, Mark Sandberg, Larry Winget, Marcy Shemoff, Robin J., Mitchell Levy, Catherine Ryan Hyde, and so many more. Carly lived her life from paying it forward, the ripple effect, mentally each and every day. Carly believes that life is all about sharing collaborations and teamwork. Carly lives her life to empower, inspire, motivate, and educate others. Carly is passionate about conscious business collaborations, the entertainment of the mind, body, business, and spirit, as it all interconnected. Carly's personal and business coaching teaches the blending and bridging of the East and the West in a grounded, applicable way. And without any further ado, I want to welcome Carly to the show. Welcome, Carly.
Oh, my goodness, I did not expect you to read that whole thing.
Well, I want people to know they're with a brilliant person and a wise person.
I give that to people so they can get a sense and they can extract what, because everyone interviews me for different things. I'm like, I give that to them. They go, okay, we're going to talk about this. So they pull this out. I never expect anyone to read that whole thing. Oh, my goodness. Anyways, it's so wonderful to be back with you, and I hope you've had a wonderful week. So how are you doing?
I'm doing very excellent. You're my guest. Life don't get better than that. And what's new and exciting with you?
Well, I've been kind of having fun. Because I do so many things, and I'm always dealing with speakers and authors. I also love to I film a lot of PSAs, which are public service announcements, which is another way I give back. Which is I do a lot for mental health and dealing with veterans and dealing with suicide and some heavy issues as well. Then the other side that I produce and direct, I also like to do some playful things. So I'll do a lot of filming of shorts where I get to act and play. So lately I've been doing a lot of playing. So I just got done filming a lot of different shorts where I got to play detective and all these other little fun things. So my last couple of weeks has been fun. I got to play a little. So that's been a lot of fun for me, just having some downtime and some playtime.
But how does playtime open up other things for you, Carly, so you get new insight even to yourself and into the world itself?
Well, because, a lot of people know me. I've had 35 surgeries. I've almost died twice. I grew up with massive sexual, verbal, and physical abuse. So when you're tapping into characters, when you're acting, that's why I actually took up acting. It was a way for me to actually process and heal all the stuff that I went through. And when you're diving into all these different characters, when you're acting, you're tapping into the parts of yourself where there's many things are happening. One is you're still healing different facets of yourself. You're even though I've done a ton of work on myself, I'm not perfect. I still have my meltdowns. I still sometimes get angry or sad or whatever, whatever's happening, right? And when you're going into all these different characters, there's always another nuance or another layer that comes up, or you go deeper into something and something may come up for you. So when you're acting, all those things are happening. So it's beautiful. Another onion peel. I look at life as I've always looked at life like an onion. There's always another layer that's peeling. There's always another level of, as I would call it, the oasis, where some tears may come up, or there may be some sadness that comes up, or a part of you that you may shed some tears that you're actually letting go of another layer. So acting is a beautiful place for that. And it's also, in all the acting that I do anyway, I'm always meeting different cast members and different producers and directors. So it's another way of networking. And because of what I do, people are always asking me, like, wow, how did you go through that? And then they're connecting with other people going, you would be a great person to help this person because, you have gone through that, and we see that you're still standing, you're still alive, So that puts me in contact with another organization where I then go to get help other people. That's how I got in contact to do this public service announcement for veteran suicide, which, my God, we got over 650 views in one day on Facebook, which, from my point of view, that literally, from my point of view, it reached 600 people, and it was like in 1 hour, right? And then that went viral, and now it's someplace else. And then that put me in contact with someone else who put me on to another, so to me, like I said, the paying it forward, to me, it isn't the paying it forward piece. It's the ripple effect that I create from whatever I do. So my acting world actually collaborates on my other worlds. So it's a beautiful thing. And then when I'm like Bob Burke posted this beautiful piece today on, he was interviewing someone on giving value. And it wasn't just a giving value piece that they were talking about, but it was also fast decision making. And I posted a comment on, one of the things I love to do personally was I like to take clients to restaurants. You want to know why? Because I like to see how they order. Because when I'm watching my clients order, like when I'm building teams, how they order tells me if they're fast decision makers. And Bob wrote back in my comment, he wrote, wow, I've heard of team members bringing their teams out to see how they treat the servers, because obviously I'm also looking at that as well, right? Because you want to know how your team members treat servers, right? Are they polite to them? Are they mean to them? Do they leave them, what type of tip do they leave their servers? But I'm looking at how they order. Are they like hemming and hawing? Are they taking forever to order something? Or are they fast decision makers? Because in business, one of the reasons why I love Bob Burke so much and all the people that he interviews and his whole Go Giver program and all the things that he teaches and his books and everything is because he really promotes value and providing good value and good service and authenticity and all these things is, I love how important all those things are. And also fast decision making, because our clients want to know someone can actually take charge and make a decision. They just do. I wouldn't want to work with someone who's going to take forever to make a decision. Why? Because that it tells me that they're going to take forever not only to make a decision, but there's also other pieces to that. For me, by the way, I am not speaking for Bob Burke here. I am not. I'm speaking what I feel. I could say I love Bob Burke because I love all his values and teachings and his books and all that, and I'll promote the heck out of him. And I'm also not answering for him. Okay, I just want to make that very clear because I don't ever want to speak for another speaker. But anyways, what I'm saying for me, why I want to know someone to make a fast decision is because if I'm at a restaurant and they're taking forever to order, for me that means if we're in a big business deal and they're taking forever and they're hemming and hawing on something, that to me is a very weak point. Right? Because it could actually blow a deal. I need to know someone can stand up and take accountability for something, and when something is a really intense moment, that no matter how much adrenaline is running, they need to be able to make a really quick decision in an intense situation. Does that make sense?
Totally.
All right.
So you said something. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, absolutely. Go ahead.
Well, something you said way back in, and something that I experienced myself, you know, whatever goes in kind of an unsavory, painful way is going to come out. But isn't it, what I heard, and the question is, doesn't it take courage to look at yourself and realize the whole world has experienced something like that, and when you release it, you open other people up and give them the courage to release it?
Oh, absolutely. And another reason why I speak about my life is because most people sweep shit under, excuse my language, but they do. They sweep stuff under the carpet. God forbid anyone knew that they were raped, or that, you know, this happened to them, or that happened to them, or they declare bankruptcy, or, you know, whatever bad thing might have happened in their life, or made them look, in their point of view, weak, or whatever that is for them, right? And here's the thing with that. If you're not willing to cop to your flaws or cop to stuff that's happened to your life, that actually portrays, by the way, does portray weakness. But here's the thing. It also portrays deceit. So if you're not willing to be honest with your clients or people, it's not like you go around broadcasting, hey, this happened to me, hey, this happened to me, hey, this happened to me. However, if you're also not willing to be honest with someone, if someone does ask you a question or they do ask you about your life, then they're not going to trust you. So you don't go around broadcasting it. However, it could be part of your message, or it could be part of your bio, or it could be, you know, a book that you write about as to why you are where you are. Now, I use this as a platform because it's like, hey, if I can have 35 surgeries and I can go through X, Y, and Z, and I can still be standing and do what I do, hell, you can do it. Okay, you know, I'm 52 years old. I'm still doing a lot of things and blah, 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 right? So it's like, hey, if I could do it, so can you. Now, I also look around every person I meet and shake their hand and go, hey, guess what? By the way, I've been through blah, 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 blah. That, you know, that's not what I do, right? Now, if I get interviewed about it, obviously I talk about it. But it's not like the first thing I do is shake someone's hand and go blah. It's kind of like another analogy I use a lot is you're dating. How many women lie about their age? Why? Like, seriously. To me, if I meet someone, if you're willing to lie about your age, what else are you willing to lie about? If you're willing to lie about something so innocuous, that just tells me, my God, are you willing to lie about something big? Why? I wouldn't trust you. We as human beings tend to lie about things that are so stupid. Like, why? It's your age. Are you seriously that, like, it's like, I'm 52. Okay, I'm 52. You either like me or you don't. If you're really going to not like me or not want to date me or not want to be with me because I'm 52, oh, well, next. We have to be willing to have enough courage to stand up and be who we are, regardless of whatever we've been through, no matter what we look like in the moment. We need to really start loving ourselves for who we are and not care what people think. I mean, you know, it's not always pretty. It's not always easy. And you know, we just need to be who we are.
And that's very true. But a lot of people, when they're judging you for, or let's say they're judging somebody for what they went through, they're afraid to admit they went through about the same thing, don't you feel?
True, but here's the thing. We're having this interview on Blog Talk Radio. We, just by us talking about what we're talking about, you never know who's listening. Now, what I have found is there's always someone, somewhere, who really needs to hear whatever it is that we're talking about, honestly, and who's actually then in that moment going, oh, my God, I'm not alone. How many times we've read a book and we're going, oh, my God, I've been through that. We all think we've never been through something. We all think we're alone. We all think we're the only one who's experienced X until we hear someone talking about it, till we read it in a story, till we hear it on TV, till we see it in a magazine, till we read it in a book. We all feel that we're the only one who's been through X, or we're the only one who's done X until we hear it somewhere. We're just, that type of people in general. We're all kind of closeted, mysterious people in some ways until we do hear it somewhere. And that's why I encourage everybody to write their story, write a Kindle, write a quote book, write an ebook. Because here's the thing, your voice is going to reach a certain audience because you have a certain style, a certain tone, a certain body language. I have a certain tone, a certain body language, and each of us are individuals. And guess what? We resonate with a certain population or a certain audience or certain people. And whether people believe in resonance or energy or law of attraction or whatever you believe in, those people are going to be attracted to certain people. It's just the way it is. It's like when you shake someone's hand. Why is it when you shake someone's hand, you instantly love them or hate them, and you have no idea why? Is there an explanation for it? Not really. Have you not experienced that when you've gone up to someone and you shake their hand and you have no idea why? But you're like, oh, my God, I love this person. Or, oh, my God, I don't trust this person. I don't like this person. Or you meet someone and you go, oh, my God, I feel like I've known them 100 years. There's no explanation for it. Have you not ever experienced that?
Many, many times. And, usually the first, that impulse makes me really be aware and pay attention more. But since I got into the personal growth, I start understanding what I'm feeling more than I did before. Do you feel that?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's really, there's no explanation for it, right? Is there really a scientific explanation for it? No. So again, that's why it's important that everybody uses their voice. It's important, especially since we're all multi-sensory beings. Some people will never listen to us because they're not audio people. That's why I also encourage people to do videos, because some people will watch, but they won't listen. But they will watch. They like to watch and listen, but they won't listen to a podcast. Some people love to read. They're just bookworms. They'll read and read and read and read. That's why I encourage people on platforms nowadays and social media to write an ebook. Do a video. Do a podcast, do the different multimedia things. We're multi-sensory beings, and everybody's different. Some people, like I said, will read voraciously. Some people, because of technology, will be on the computer, and they might be doing work on one computer, on the other screen, they'll be having a video on the side, and they'll be listening and watching, like back and forth. So it's really important to use all the different sorts of media out there and get your voice out there and share. Share your story. Share your experiences, share your philosophy, share whatever it is for you. Because you'll be touching someone in some shape or form, and whatever that is, you'll be helping someone whether you know it or not.
And Carly, I know for me anyway, when I write about from something that's deep inside me and I put it on paper, it's like I release me to release the world. Do you feel that?
Yes, it does. We're all helping each other.
Yeah, I mean, when I write it to get rid of it in me, I actually free myself more when I write about what I'm feeling rather than what I think people want to hear. Do you feel that?
That's why I always talk about we are one, we're all interconnected. It's like I said, if you believe in energy and sort of this planet being one, I truly do believe that to me, I use it, my terminology is the ripple effect. I truly do believe that everything that we do in this world affects everybody. But again, that's just my personal belief. We all have different values. It's kind of like I say this a lot, it's kind of like how far down the rabbit hole do you want to go? Do you believe in destiny? Do you believe in karma? Do you believe in reincarnation? Do you believe there's fate? Do you believe, you're born and there's free will? I mean, everyone has a different philosophy, so it's kind of like depending on what that belief system is kind of where you're at in terms of do you believe we're all interconnected? Do you believe we're all separate? It's kind of like one of those really deep questions for any one individual and how they believe, we are. And I personally believe we're all interconnected, kind of like that question when you shake someone's hand. You feel like you've known them for a lifetime. Or my personal thing is kind of like, the phone rings and you automatically know it's your mother or your brother, or you have that sense like something's happening to a friend or someone dies, and you've had that kind of weird feeling, and, then you find out the person dies. So, and again, that's kind of like, how far down the rabbit hole do you go? Are you the type of person, are you more of a church religion person? Are you more of a spiritual person? And that's like, a conversation that's an endless conversation, because some people, feel that's all woo-woo. Some people believe, there's, church is evil. So, it's just kind of like, it's an endless conversation.
Yeah, and the call-in number to talk to Carly is 646-787-8196. But I wanted to ask you, with the changing of the business environment, with the new what's coming up with the new administration. What do you see for that as a business consultant? How do you see businesses and entrepreneurs are going to expand, and what do you see going forward for them?
You know, I personally feel like entrepreneurship is the way to go. I feel like, you know, self-employment is more and more the way people will be going, and especially with, you know, computers and technology constantly evolving, and, you know, obviously with just, I honestly just think with technology moving and people using the internet so much more, I think that people are just going to be going more and more that direction. You know, speakers more and more, they go out and speak, but yet most of their business is online. You know, they do more books, they sell more, you know, they actually go out and make a book, and then they go on a speaking tour, they get booked by corporations to speak, and they do that. Obviously, there's kind of three facets to that. There's where there's a, you know, brick and mortar, that's a completely separate business, you know, retail, brick and mortar. And then you've got the people that are doing their books and their speaking gigs and their consulting. And that's all, you know, they write a book, and then, you know, they have their blogs, and then they get, you know, there's that whole facet. And they get their message out there, and, you know, it's an evolving business where, and then, of course, you know, there's a lot of people who are still doing MLM and selling product, and, you know, online is just huge. I mean, more and more people are buying online, and I just think with technology out there, it's becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. And consulting, you know, a lot of people consult, you know, around the world. They have clients all around the world, you know, obviously with Skype technology and all these webinar programs to do, you know, speakings and teachings and everything. I mean, there's so many programs out there. You know, there's Google Hangout, and there's Skype, and there's a million, you know, other programs out there for doing webinars and seminars, and there's just so many platforms. I mean, it's endless. I mean, I'm not the techie. I have people that do that. I am definitely not the. I'm very savvy when it comes to colors and multimedia and multi-sensory stuff, but when it comes to technology aspects, I mean, I'm a Mac girl all the way. However, I am not the techie person. You know, so. Yeah, that I lead to my techie team, not me.
I can relate to that.
Yeah, it's very
all right.
For me. So.
Now, when I first started reading We Leadership, explain to people what the We Leadership is all about, because that really caught my interest.
Think about this. Okay, you can't have a conversation with I, can you?
No.
Okay, so you can't lead a team with I, can you?
No.
Okay, so a team is we, is it not?
Very much so. I never use I when I'm working with around people,
right.
Yes. It's always we.
So leadership has to be we. Because it's like drives me crazy. It's kind of like everything's about, well, I'm the CEO. Great. Like I don't even get the whole thing. That's why I love. There's a bunch of books out there. It's, you know, leading without a title. Yeah, like why do you need a title? Why do I have to be the CEO? Like you're seeing more and more now people when it says, because, you know, a lot of times when you go to put in a title, it automatically says CEO or CFO, and now you'll see people take CEO and they'll make a creative title out of it, right? You know, like, you know, it's like, why do I have to be CEO? Why do I have to be CFO? So people take a fun name and create one from it. And so the whole point is, why do I need a title, right? And so it takes a we to create anything. There is no I without the we, literally. And team creates anything. So there has to be we. And we leaders get that it takes collaboration. And in order to get collaboration, by the way, you can't be the I. If you're going to be a leader in anything, if you're going to be sitting up there barking orders at people, guess what? It ain't going to work. It just won't. I mean, they'll hate you, they'll resent you, and they'll actually do stuff to sabotage. An actual good leader will literally sit down and actually invite people to actually teach you how to lead. Seriously. They'll literally make it more of a game to get everyone involved and saying, hey, how should we run this? You literally ask your team, how should I run the company? You ask them how to run the company. getting them involved in, processes and, just the whole plan. Getting them involved in that and actually letting them think it's their idea on how to build the company or how to run the company. And then obviously you as the CEO are going to kind of refine it and tweak it and, make sure that's the proper, oversee it, in other words, okay? So that obviously, because you're going to see things a little more analytically and all that. So you're getting involved in the creativity and the processes because they're going to see things that you're not going to see. And also, by the way, you want to make sure the team is balanced. You don't want all bean counters. You don't want all creatives. You don't want all there's a bunch of kind of like algorithms or whatever you want to call it, where you want a team where you want someone that's the bean counter, right? You want someone who is the happy, positive cheerleader. You want someone that's the creative. You want someone that's the visionary. So there's kind of different programs that will teach you like how the different types of people you want on a team, and then you have all those people kind of work on their kind of things they're really good at, and you bring them all to the table, and everyone's working on their stuff, and you bring it all together. So yeah, it has to be a we. And it's the same thing with why I have a program called Social We Media. Social means two people having a conversation. It's like social media, great. Social We Media. It's supposed to be a two-way conversation. There is no social without we, unless I'm talking to myself. So we leadership is the same thing. It's a we conversation. It's a we teamwork collaboration. So that's the same thing why I created. You notice, by the way, all my courses, anything I do is 3 words, trilogies. It's all about unity. It's about collaboration. It's like love, peace, gratitude. Conscious business collaborations. Why? I want people to be conscious, aware business. So conscious business. Why conscious business? I want people to be creating business consciously. And then I want them to do businesses that are collaborative. So people are collaborating consciously when they're doing business.
But how many, you said something and it all makes really, really, how many companies go broke because they don't use the we leadership in their business? Or have challenges because of that?
I'm sure a lot of them. I mean, I've consulted on a lot of companies back in about 10 years ago. I worked on one particular company that was, I've flipped quite a few companies. My father was before he passed away, that was his job. His job was to go into companies that were going under, I really can't even say his name. My name has been changed for several reasons. But anyways, before my father died, he was quite famous, and he would take famous companies that were going under, and before their what do you call it? The people that owned stock in their companies would find out that they were getting ready to get in a lot of trouble. His job would be to go in and flip it. And that's what he did. He traveled all over the world doing that. So I've actually been consulted to go into companies, and my job would be to go in. First, I'd go in when nobody was there, when everyone would leave the office, and I would literally go around office by office and check out just basically what the place looked like, organization-wise, just everything, because most people don't get, and people are going to laugh when they hear this, is when I walk in a place and it's completely disorganized, and it's like, there's paper all over the place, and every office looks, it's an actual disaster, that tells me a lot. Feng Shui, or whatever you want to call it, actually really does play a major role also in stuff being chaotic. And when offices are chaotic, it actually is a mental distraction. Also takes away a lot of time. When employees can't find stuff, how much time is wasted?
Oh, yeah.
There's studies on all this stuff. There's actually studies on performance, time performance. So anyways, my job would go in, and I hire a team, and we actually would go in office by office, and then I go back in the next day, and I meet each employee one at a time, and really find out from them if they liked their job, they didn't like their job. I'd also meet them and interview them and find out what their quirks were, what the positive traits were, what if they were actually a good fit to the position, blah 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 blah. And then we go in and we start literally cleaning up the place, throwing out tons of stuff and reorganizing every single office. There's layers to this, but anyways, and we flip it. and teach them how to run it correctly and find out where all the loopholes were and like what was going on, and literally paint the place, get the energy up, and get the staff back on board, hire, refire, just do everything that needed to be done. But there's a lot that goes into it, and we'd also actually have a major conversation with the top leader, because usually there's a lot going on with that person, like what's going on in their personal life. Why is his leadership failing? And it usually is something going on in his life too. I mean, so there's a lot that goes on to it. I mean, it's But anyways.
Hey,
and usually
Carly,
it's
tell people how to.
Go ahead.
Tell people how to get a hold of you, and then we'll close out the show. We're run out of time already.
You can literally find me. If you just Google Carly Alyssa Thorne, you can find me on any platform. It's CarlyAlyssatHorne, CarlyAlyssaThorne.com. Just Google Carly Alyssa Thorne, and you'll find me all over the place. But, CarlyAlyssaThorne.com. It's been a joy being with you, and here for you if you have any questions. And I wish everyone a beautiful night, and thank you for having me again. Always a joy.
It was my honor and privilege, and I wish you a good night and everybody a good night, and we'll see everybody next week. Thank you, Carly.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
Yo, everybody get up! Everybody get up! Everybody needs to understand that I'm more than simply a hype man for this rap group, just like Geico is more than just a company that can save you money. Geico also has fast and friendly claim service, so they can help you when you need it most. And while I do love being a hype man, I also love reading for children's audiobooks. Like Little Bo Peep, she lost the sheep, and she don't know where to find them. Yo!
Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.
Your time to get health insurance is running out, but Ambetter from Coordinated Care has you covered.
The last day to sign up for a health insurance plan is January 31st, so you need to sign up for Ambetter from Coordinated Care today.
Ambetter from Coordinated Care offers better coverage at a better price. Sign up now.
Call 1-844-WA-BETTER today. That's 1-844-WA-BETTER.
This is a solicitation for insurance.